Cheers.
Cheers, baby.
Best maid of honor in the world.
Oh, my goodness. All right. Welcome back to Ivy Unleashed. We got the bachelorette in the house. We are coming off of a weekend that was dreamy, and we really didn't post that much about it. We were really present, so we want to just fill you in on what we did and where Brooke's at and how the mental health is sitting right now.
It was iconic, everyone. Everyone, you're going to need to take notes on this location because we were in literal paradise.
Yes.
If you know any brides, any honeymooners, you and your mans, you and your wife, you and your partner, your kids, girls trip, like it was so good.
Yeah.
It was 30A, was where we were, which is funny because we learned that, well, I don't know if you know this, but I learned that it's called 30A because that's the road that it's on, the highway. Mm-hmm. And so one of my girlfriends is like, so that would be like in Minnesota, we're calling this 35W, which just doesn't hit the same. That was
so funny. Brie is hilarious.
We had 8 of us.
We were talking about putting that sticker on our car. Like, that'd be so weird to put your highway. But I mean, people do the highway 1. Yeah, it is.
It's not a thing in Minnesota.
It's kind of strange to think about it.
But if that's what Minnesota was like, I would, if 35A was lined up with beaches and palm trees and gorgeous places, I would put a bumper sticker.
I think it's like pride. Like, I'm from there. Like, I got the Highway 1 sticker because I live on it. And like, I'm one of the lucky ones that's my home. Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, and I just want everyone listening to consider yourself lucky because if you're listening now, you're going to hear where the first manifesting started of us recording more in 30A because we need to be there. Mm-hmm. It was so dreamy, so perfect. And thank you, all because of you.
Oh, well, you picked the location. I didn't pick it.
Yeah, but you did everything else.
I mean, I did plan. Mm-hmm. I planned.
And you did a phenomenal job.
But your girlfriend showed up. Oh, man, we were laughing. We were crying, like happy tears. I think it's important in a trip to have like sentimental moments because I think you can get caught up in like, yeah, it's a beautiful place. But I think if you don't like ground yourself back into why you're there, you can kind of lose the reasoning, you know, which is, I mean, it's great. It was everybody's vacation too. But we did a couple sentimental moments where we talked about, so Brooke's theme was Wild Wifey.
And anyone knows me knows that I am obsessed with animal print. Just to put it bluntly. Yeah. So I took this theme literally and put the theme into everything we did. It's phenomenal.
And so one of the things was, having the 7 ladies besides Brooke think about their most wild memory with her and then their most tame one, which is like the sentimental one. Mm-hmm. And I felt like that was so fun to learn about everybody's connection with you and just hear funny stories, just crazy stories, because you are so different than you were when a lot of these people were.
It's fun having people from all walks of life, like your childhood best friend, your college best friend, your now adult best friend, business partner, Yeah, and then not to mention doing that on a beach with the sun going down, with a bonfire, perfect weather.
Yeah.
Like that, no bonfire will ever match up to that.
And what's crazy too is like you pick these things and you put so much thought and effort into it. And, you know, like I didn't realize how stressed I was going into it of just like the pressure I was putting on myself. Because if anybody listens back to the last time, it was just a solo episode with Brooke and I, you were really down. Mm-hmm. Like if you watch it back, like you were about to get your period, so you were a little off too, but you were really down. You were really emotional. And I was just like, I think when we had that recording, I put a lot of pressure on myself that moment to be like, this has to go the way I hope it goes. Cause like you make the reservations, you book the things with the idea behind it, because that was like the whole idea of the bonfire was like, let's really reminisce on our friendships with you. Let's really reminisce on this beautiful weekend with you in hopes that we have fun memories. And you go, you know, ahead of time, you're really hoping that that's how it's going to go. But like bonfire could have fell through. Like they had to get a permit. Weather could have fell through. And so there's so many things that I was like,
Please work out.
I need this to be the thing that really brings her back and like makes her feel the way I'm hoping it does. Yeah. You just don't know until you're in it.
What I loved about it was like all of the love languages were met. Quality time, incredible quality time. Mm-hmm. Like even when we weren't doing activities, we were movie on, like favorite movie, just giggling together, doing our makeup. Like I just wanted to be, I purposely packed a portable mirror so that I could sit with whoever I wanted to do my makeup. Like I didn't want to be alone while we're doing yoga on the beach. I had a hard time just being quiet, which I understand as a yoga instructor. Like I'm trying to not be disrespectful, but it's like my first morning with all my people. And I'm just like, oh my God, we're doing my favorite thing together in the perfect location. And I'm just like looking at people under my downward dog, like, hi, oh my God, you're here. Like, and so this quality time, acts of service, like everyone showing up, you planning, people leaving their kids, leaving their jobs, struggling financially, and still like, oh, I can't stop crying. And the best part too was just the whole weekend, like taking it in, being so present, not needing to be behind a computer screen. I really hadn't gotten out all winter. So for this to be like where I was, I'm like, oh my God, like paradise does exist. Like this is awesome. It might be weird, but like physical touch, just like hugging on people and like snuggling up, and friends that had never met meeting and becoming really good friends, having this like shared trauma of almost missing flights together and never having met, but helping each other out at the airport, arriving super late. Like my childhood best friend left her home at 5 a.m. Friday, got there at midnight. Thursday.
Yeah.
Like so special.
Yeah.
And so yeah, just taking it in. And the fact that I love animal print so much and everything was just animal print, and then me and White with animal print was just fabulous.
There's something too, I think we had a couple activities. We did private yoga and a surf lesson. And I think there's something about doing an activity together that bonds you. Even if it's like, you're not talking about your lives together, just doing that. It was just a way to connect. And I don't know. And then it was like something to talk about after we got done with yoga, and kind of, it was like an icebreaker.
Totally.
You know, and then the whole day on the beach was just so fun to get to know people, what they do, and their relationships. We all shared like couple advice, you know, whether you're married or not, or have kids or not, you know, we all shared kind of what's working in our relationships, and it was cool to get to know them.
Yeah. Having things planned, like movement activities was so nice. Surfing, extremely hard, extremely humbling. And after being
Brooke and I were the worst. There was 4 of us.
By far.
Brooke and I struggled the most. We like going in, we're like, oh yeah, this will be not easy, but like, we're athletic chicks. We're strong. Yoga instructor, personal trainer. You'd think we would have crushed.
It was so hard. The just balancing the board on the water.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't even sit on it. I was like, I have no core strength. I have no balance. No one would ever guess what I do for a living. This is insane. And then once you have to like quick jump up and just getting up, pressing yourself up, the upper body strength, and then finding the wave. There's a video of me, please do watch on social media if you're listening to this, where I get up for the longest time, like once, and it felt like eternity that I was up there. And I'm just like flailing my arms to try and get my balance.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh my gosh. I was a surfer girl. We were surfer girls.
Oh, and I thought I was going to have like a panic attack going into the water because of sharks.
I mean, you did kind of.
I thought something was going to happen once I was at the ocean. And I think the closer we got to doing it, the more I relaxed, because our instructor was so calming and chill and encouraging. And the water was so clear and shallow where we were, and then we were facing the beach. So for me, it's like I didn't think about sharks as much as I thought I would. Like I thought I would be crying.
Yeah. It was probably the best.
Not like sobbing crying, but like tear. Like in the past, when I've been about to snorkel, I have tears come out of my face because I'm so scared.
The quiet anxiety.
Yeah.
No, you did good.
I think it's just so technical. Like you're just thinking about what you need to do. That
you're not thinking about how much of a naff you are. If you're me.
A what?
Non-athletic F. But everyone on the beach is watching and cheering us on. And I guess the girls that were on the sidelines watching, sitting on the beach, were saying how everyone was like, go bride. Like they were rooting for the bride. I totally let them.
I mean, you were trying hard. It's not that you weren't trying.
But the tank was empty by the end. I'm like to Alicia, I was so cold at that. And to Alicia's like, are you done? I was like, yeah, I've given it my all.
So you didn't okay, back up a little bit. So something that I made for Brooke, with the help of her friend Megan, who's amazing, shout out Megan, was an itinerary. So I planned this thing out. She puts it on like snakeskin paper, cheetah print, zebra print. It was like perfect.
And then laminated.
Then my husband laminates it. This was a group effort here.
Phenomenal.
And I put it in Brooke's gift, but she said, I actually don't want to know I don't want to know the whole weekend. And so she would wake up at the crack of dawn.
Yeah, which honestly, hindsight, maybe not the best idea, because I was so excited to look at the day that I woke up at the ass of dawn, and got 4 hours of sleep Thursday, Friday. So we're a little tired now. But
it's so cute that you were that excited to see it, because it is one of those things, like, you do put a lot of effort in it and you hope that it's what you want to do. Like, I was kind of worried about the surfing lesson. I put the the rash guard long sleeve in your gift bag. Did you realize you'd be surfing when you saw that? Or were you like, what's this for?
I thought maybe a boat or surfing, but I didn't think a boat. But I didn't really put too much, like, there was so much going on.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to like ruin the surprise or be like, oh my God, this is happening. And I honestly, the only expectation I had going in was that we all made it there safe. We all could just like unplug and relax. And no matter what, like, I know you're you. And I think being surprised adds an element of when you do find out of like, oh my gosh, like they thought about this. Like, how much work goes behind it, and like getting connected with a yoga instructor, or B-Dog, the Brando, the surfer who was then our bonfire master. Like, being surprised, it shows how much thought is put behind it. And I really appreciate it.
Yeah, it was fun. It was so fun. And I think, honestly, the best part of the whole weekend was that you were present and that you were really soaking it in, because I just think when there is so much going on and there are so many different personalities, like, it can be kind of like, okay, am I paying attention to this? Am I doing this? What's next? And I just think it felt like you were really grounded and really present with people and grateful. Like, you felt like this was for me. Like, you could tell you felt the thought that went behind it in real time.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you get like done with a trip and then you reflect back, you're like, oh yeah. And that, I really feel like in the moment you were like so grateful for the scenery, or so grateful for the, fill in the blank of whatever was happening. So you did a good job of, like, even though you were tired, like,
but adrenaline
being in the moment.
Yeah. And just all of your favorite things, like favorite people. I love Florida. I love the ocean. This was such a beautiful part of Florida that I'd never seen. Everything is just so picturesque. I love the white buildings with the black accents. That's what literally every building was. We got to tour a $6.5 million home that I love doing that. Like, I live for that. So that element, the animal print, the music, Justin Bieber the whole time, like everything, it just felt like all of my favorite things in one. And going home, I'm like, how do I recreate this? How do I keep this going? Even talking to my girlfriends, Megan and Natalie, who we live next to each other, like, okay, let's have more quality time.
Yeah.
Let's spend more time. We don't have to wait for this extravagant vacation. There are pieces in this that we can have anywhere. And I cannot get behind I need an escape from my reality. Like, that just doesn't sit well with me. And when I feel that way, I'm like, okay, you can choose, you can change what needs to shift here. I don't want to wait for vacation, although it was phenomenal. I will do that any day, anytime. There's some pieces.
A yearly bachelorette reunion.
Yeah, Natalie posted on her story, like, same time next year. And Ian was like, did you guys really talk about this? I'm like, no, she's just saying that she enjoyed it, but yeah, we could. Like, the only thing missing was Ian and the families.
Yeah. But I mean, it is a once in a lifetime, hopefully, experience that, if you can make it as sentimental and like you know, because it is about you. Mm-hmm. And it is like, it's so special when your friends can create those moments that, you know, it might be a little sad that it will never be exactly like that again. But like, that was the point. Like, the point was to go over the top. If we're going to do Wild Wifey,
we're freaking doing
Wild Wifey. And yeah, when your friends showed up with straight up animal print swimsuits, I was like, oh, you understood the assignment. You took it seriously.
It's my girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So fun.
So fun. I just want to rewatch every video, look at every photo, and just relive it forever. It was so special. Yeah. So special. And so many individual moments too of like Megan and I woke up early, and so we got to go for a walk and bring everyone back coffee, and like I cherished that time together. Brie and I and you and Alicia were on the same flight, and you and Alicia got the groceries, decorated the house. So Brie and I got to spend, 3 hours, and we saw each other every day for 4 years. And then now she has a baby, and, yes, we still live in Minnesota, but we're not seeing each other that often. So to have that quality time was so special. And I think it was a great trip for everyone. Like, It didn't feel, at least maybe I'm biased, but like, oh, we're just here to celebrate Brooke. Like, I felt like everyone was able to be like, oh my gosh, this place is beautiful. I'm having fun. I'm dancing. I'm excited to be here. Yeah.
And I think a big part of not doing a boat day was to we really only had 2 full days.
We didn't need a boat.
Yeah.
At all.
It was like, I wanted like people to feel like there's a gap in this day where you can just, like one of your friends said, I'm going to go take a minute, like in the house, like we'd been in the sun for a while. And it's kind of like, yeah, it is your vacation. You have these 5 hours to be in the sun if you want, be in the ocean if you want, be in the pool if you want, like do whatever you want. Yeah. And I think a boat day would have ate up a whole day.
Totally.
And like the surfing day, you still had, like it ate up a part, but it was like, you're still at the ocean.
Yes.
You could take a nap on the beach if you want. You didn't have to go if you weren't doing it.
No, I think if you're somewhere where there isn't an ocean, you don't have a pool, like then the boat day's nice.
Yeah.
But we literally, like you walked, everyone needs to go on Gold Ivy Health Go and watch this video. It's insane. Our house, you walked out the back and the ocean was right there. To the left was a pool. You walked down the stairs to the sand, to the private beach. Mm-hmm. Like, what?
Yeah. And the 38, the Rosemary Beach is where we specifically were, the sand and the water, it actually was very Caymans-like. It was so beautiful. Like, I've been to lots of different parts of Florida. This is
different.
This is different. This is tropical.
And I kind of do want to gatekeep
the condo.
No, just like the location, because it was busy, but it didn't feel crazy touristy.
Yeah.
Maybe because it wasn't really spring break time for kids. And everyone was so nice. Like my memory of living in Florida is, and maybe it was different because I lived there, but it's all just transplants. And so I was used to Minnesota of like, befriend your neighbor, and there's that community feel. And then when I lived in Florida, it was like, everyone just kind of minds their business. So when we got to 38 in the morning, everyone's like, good morning. I'm like, oh my God, my family, I'm home. Like it was a nice surprise, just how friendly everyone was. A lot of bachelorette parties.
Yeah.
A lot of brides. And we ended up being on the same flight down as an 18 party bachelor party from St. John's, which is where my fiance went to college. Knew and played football with my fiance, which was crazy. And then we ran into them at the bar, and that was a fun little storyline of the weekend that everyone was giggling about.
Dusty!
Memories we created. So funny.
Yeah.
What was your favorite part?
My favorite part was watching you take in the surprises. Like watching you, I could not wait. Like I took the biggest deep breath after you had walked through there. Because I was just like, all I wanted was to see, is this what you were hoping for? Like, is this what you wanted? Is like, you were so down before we went. And I was just like, she's planning her wedding, and I know it can be stressful, but like, I also hope this is such a beautiful time. And I do feel like now it's when all the fun really starts to kick in, the bachelorette parties, the showers, and it's like financially stressful and making lots of decisions, and all of that can be so hard. And so I think it was just so beautiful. One, to meet your friends that I hadn't met and just spend some time with them because they are a part of you. They're an extension of you. I loved hearing Courtney's stories from your childhood and Bree's stories from college. Like I was around, but like, you know, I didn't get to hear all the crazy stuff. Mm-hmm. And just seeing how you are in your little stories with like Natalie and Megan and Ellie. And it was just, I think, getting to know you better and just hoping that it landed. And so when things landed, it was like, that was my favorite part. We could have been anywhere, you know, but I think just seeing you take it in and see it come to life was so fun. And that you were so excited about the itinerary, because that's like, you know, that is the work and the thought and the process. And so that you were so excited to see it. I was like, okay, it must be going well. You can't wait to see tomorrow, you know?
Yes. I think you need to take pride in the fact that you absolutely crushed it and that you know me. Like, those girls obviously know me, but you know me.
Yeah. And two, like Alicia and I were like the moms of the group. So I am somewhere between 14 years to 6 years older than every person on this trip. But Alicia, who's 6 years younger than me, has 4 children and is also, you know, like in mom brain. So we were like making breakfast, driving people places. Like she was driving people places and decorating and stuff. Like we were like the moms of the group. So it was kind of fun to have her come let loose when someone has 4 kids, you know, and they're little. So it's really hard for her to get away. Mm-hmm. So that was special too, to like go out to a bar. Yeah. Oh my gosh. And then also, if anybody's listening to this and doesn't know Brooke and her friends well, they don't drink that much at all. Like at all. Like I did a liquor store run and I drank the majority of the liquor that
we just need music and an elevated surface and we will bring the
but
party.
Like Alicia and I, as you know, I think as the generations keep coming up, like people are drinking less and less. I really do think like that is a trend. Mm-hmm. Cause like back when we had bachelorette parties, people would like throw up or pass out. Like that was not the vibe here. The vibe here was like literally just let's put on some good tunes, maybe have a shot of tequila, maybe. Mm-hmm. A lot of people didn't drink at all. And then when we went to the bars, we were definitely the most sober people in the bars, but still having a great time. We got Brooke on a bar to dance, which was so fun. The bartender's like, how much has she had to drink? We're like, literally nothing. Like, okay. I promise if she falls over, it's because her heels are kind of crazy. She's not drunk, I promise you.
Yeah. Oh, man, it was.
Because I think when you hear bachelorette, it's like you think about people ripping shots and whatever, and it was not like that at all. Like, I felt a little bit more wild in that sense than everybody else. I was like, wow, they are really cool with a Diet Coke. Like,
yeah. I think a lot of the folks in the group just like alcohol doesn't make them feel good, myself included. Mm-hmm. Like having some tequila, I instantly regretted it. I'm like, and I don't feel well.
Like, and this is why I don't.
And I said, and Alicia, I will take a Diet Coke. And me and my Diet Coke made it on top of the bar. And I just, when you go a long time without drinking and you know it doesn't make you feel well, this is just mine. Like this weekend was so special. So much thought was put into it. I wanted to soak up every minute, every second, every millisecond. I was like, I don't want to be foggy. Like I just want to enjoy. And for those who don't know, like I picked the group, the location, and the theme. And I said, Andrea, have fun. I said, is this disrespectful of me to have you plan the entire thing?
No.
And you absolutely crushed it.
Thanks. Well, I'm glad you feel that way. I think feeling special, feeling like your friends, you know, the fact of getting there, because plane tickets are crazy expensive right now. Like, it's just, like you said, it's like another love language of them just dropping what they've got to make it happen. And I think they'll never regret going. Mm-hmm. You know, it is expensive. And I think we just talked about this in the last episode, but it's like, I guarantee all of them feel like it was absolutely worth it. And they're so happy that you did absorb it, that you do recognize, like you wrote us all a letter, which I thought was so sweet and thoughtful to have an individual note for each person and start the weekend that way. Felt like, okay, she really gets it, that this is a big deal. And I think the best gift you could give all of them is to see each of them, and then throughout the whole weekend, like, just enjoy them, because you could have just gotten blackout drunk. That's what a lot of brides do.
Well, I think there's something really, like, again, hindsight 2020, of waiting until you're older. Like, for so long, like, decade now, like, I was like, I want to be the bride. Like, damn it, like, I want this to be my turn. And I think the longer you wait, like, the more you appreciate. Not everyone wanted to get blackout drunk, so we were able to have these memories. We were able to go to a nicer spot. This is, like, these friends are friends I'm gonna have forever, compared to maybe, 10 years ago when everything is just constantly changing. You're in such a pivotal time of your life. And so I'm like, okay, God, I see you. Like, divine timing, like, I get it.
And I think too, you have celebrated your friends really hard. Like, being one of the last ones to get married, I think they're like, I got to show up for this girl. She showed up so hard for me, so. And it was, I think, a good way for them to give back to you and show you, like, we see you, Brooke. Like, we see that you show up with flowers, or you call me and make sure I'm okay, or you've been with me through a really hard time, or, fill in the blank in ways that, waiting, I think, or being the age that you are, there's a gift in all of it. There always is. Totally. It's divine timing for sure. Oh, another thing I was going to say, that, you plan this and you make these decisions and you hope it's going to go a certain way. Brooke and I had the craziest signs.
Oh, yeah,
there
maybe
were
this is
so
the best
many
part.
signs, and I'm like, is this a sign that we need to move here, or that we need or that we're in the right place at the right time? Like, what is this?
See, all the above.
So right when we were driving.
Yeah, this is a fun inside look for everyone on my signs.
Yeah.
That I don't know if we've talked about.
On the way there, we're in the car. This is not a cardinal place.
No, we're listening to Hillary Duff. This is what dreams are made of. Hey, just bopping in the car, just landed, starting to look at palm trees, and bam, cardinal flies right by the dash.
Yes.
I about shit my pants.
Yeah, that was so cool. Okay, so then Alicia and I drop off Bree and Brooke just to have time together so we can get the place set up with food, drinks, decorations, and whatever, have the big reveal. And I walk into the grocery store, and Brooke's song, like, her and I have two songs, and the one that's like notoriously her is Whitney Houston, I'm Gonna Dance with Somebody. I literally walk into the grocery store, and just me, because Alicia went into the liquor store, which makes zero sense, but I walk into the grocery store, and that song comes on, and it is like, it had just started to, so it was playing for like my first.
What was your reaction?
I was like, I literally stopped. I'm like, is it weird if I take a video right now? Okay, this video would be dumb. So I just noted it. That happened. Then we were walking to get breakfast and coffee.
Mm-hmm. The second morning, the first morning, there was no music. Do you remember that?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You would walk by these restaurants that had like outdoor seating. I don't remember. And maybe I just wasn't attuned to it, but I swear there was no music.
Yeah.
Second morning, we walk by, and Elvis Presley, Can't Help Falling in Love, which is my grandma and grandpa's song. It was like the OG version, their song. That song just like has so much meaning to me. And that was playing. And I was like, oh my God.
And that's like how your grandma shows up.
Yes.
Which is wild. And you found a penny, which is your grandma's sign.
I found a penny.
What
I
else?
feel like there was more too.
I do too. Where we were like, no way. But those were the big ones where it was just signs like you're in the right place at the right time is kind of how I was taking it. But then also if we need more signs, maybe we did look at a property and Paul has said more property since that are maybe not 6.5.
But even being there, I'm like, okay, I could so teach yoga on the beach. We toured this property, you guys, that was insane, and it was part of a community, and so everyone there gets access to like the community, think beach club, but think like community club, right? And this community club, beach club, had an outdoor gym that was insane, overlooking the beach pool, overlooking the ocean. So I'm like, okay, I could so teach yoga on the beach. I asked Paul. I was like, Paul, do you have a yoga instructor? Do you have a personal trainer? We could be here. And anyone listening, you support us enough, we'll bring you with, you know? It can be a week.
Retreats at our beach club.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I could definitely see us there. I would not mind having a property there.
And anyone listening, you need to go there. It was 5-star.
Let's do 3 gold stars for the people in general about like lessons we learned from this trip that they can apply to their lives. I would say 1, find opportunities to make your people feel like you see them, you understand them, and like there's a way you can make them feel special. And you can do this in little ways, but I think every once in a while it should be a big way.
Yeah.
You know?
I felt gratitude 100%, but also just like, this is my business partner. Like, yeah, bitches, this is mine. You know, like so just like in awe of like, yeah, I picked that one. That's a good one.
That's so
I get
sweet.
this one forever. So yeah, choose wisely, people. I love that.
Yeah,
I would
choose. That's a good point though. Like, choose people that you feel lucky to be around, or you feel like you're intentionally choosing the energy and how you're treated.
Yes,
by people, and weed them out if they don't.
Yeah, and how my friends were with each other who had never met, like speaks volumes of their character. Yeah, they had never met, and they're still willing to split an Uber. They're hugging. We're walking, and my girlfriend, who didn't know anyone before this trip, is buddy and having so many conversations. Like I never felt like anyone was left out because I trusted these girls that they would make everyone feel welcomed, and they did. And just being able to witness that as a bystander, like, oh, like, yeah, okay. Like I can breathe. I don't need to make sure everyone feels welcome because everyone there is making them feel welcome, if that makes sense.
That speaks to your circle, right? That you've intentionally chosen and stayed connected to. There's a lot of friends that you've weeded out. Whether it was their choice or your choice, whatever, like you could try to pursue friendships that were fizzling or not serving you. And I think it's a really good piece of advice is to like keep auditing who you're surrounded with.
And I feel like I struggle with the balance of, okay, I can't talk to you all the time because life is lifey, but I know, and you know that when we're together, it's going to be like no time has passed. And just because we don't talk every day doesn't mean I don't love you, and vice versa. Like we're good, versus like, no, I need to keep pouring into this relationship. You know, I think it's a tricky balance, and you hope that those people feel that way, that like, oh no, I know she's got things going on. I know. Yeah. And so seeing that this week, and I'm like, okay, like they do feel the love that I share, and it is enough for them, and they do want to keep this relationship in a funny way.
Yeah.
So I would say have quality time with your people outside of your day-to-day. Because when you're in a new place, you're making memories, your relationship is so much deeper. Like, for example, Megan and I sharing a bed, we could chit chat all night long, wake up early. Like we just had that extra time together that felt so special. And I loved that. So yeah, I would say quality time in a new adventure. Like those paired together, I think are powerful.
Yeah. I think that's what life's all about. Like
connection.
I think there's just something about travel that I'll always say is like, you know, I'll have people over, and yes, it's quality time in my home, but I'm thinking about like how it's dirty underneath my table. I need to sweep. Or I'm thinking about like my kid that just came through and needs something. And then it makes me think about, you know, when you get out of your bubble, you get out of your space. And we just talked about this, but it changes how you show up when you return. And I think having that to look forward to, having like the next adventure to look forward to that can get you out of your space. I know it's hard. I know it's hard financially. I know it's hard with everything people manage with children and pets and jobs, that it's tricky, but I think it's really important.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. If it's a priority, you'll make it happen. And it doesn't need to be extravagant. It can be to someone's lake home that their grandparents own. You know, it could be visiting a friend in somewhere else. I just think it takes getting creative and I hope that we gave the girls enough time to plan and prep. And I think that's with anything. If you plan something a year out, you just be diligent and figure out a way to make it work. If it's important to you, you put the right energy, like you can and you will manifest it.
Yeah.
Like I had this moment when on the last day, it was like kind of chilly, kind of rain. It was like the perfect, just cozy last day vibes. And we were going in all these cute little shops, which for anyone listening in Minnesota, it was like downtown Wayzata on steroids, which is my favorite vibe. And when I was talking to Ian about like where I want to go, I was like, I just want like coastal yogi vibes. Like I want the beach, but I also want athleisure. And, I just kept seeing coastal yogi in my brain. Well, we go to this one shop and it's all of these like coffee table books, and it's all different variations of coastal. It was like coastal blue, coastal dining. And I take this video for Ian, and then I just look around and I start crying. I was like, I like put this out in the universe. I'm living in a core memory right now. Mm-hmm. I think it speaks to get really clear on what you want, how you want to feel, like what you're being pulled towards, and just allow like the magic to manifest.
Yeah.
It's something I can't even put in words, but seeing that, I'm like, okay, like we are powerful creatures. Mm-hmm. There is no reason we cannot be here again.
Yeah.
There is no reason if you want to have a house here. You might have to sell a couple kidneys, but if you really want it that bad, just the power of intention and doing it in a high frequency, like for the love of yourself, the love of your people, wanting to create good in the world. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I saw a reel the other day that was like the quote a lot of times say like, in another lifetime, I'd be a blah, blah, blah. And so it was like in another lifetime. And then it switches to like, no, now, where it's like there's no reason you can't have or be or do what you actually feel drawn to. It's just choices. Mm-hmm. It's just choices. And I saw another reel that said something like, you either have to increase your sacrifice or lower your desire. So it's like, if you increase your sacrifice of what you want, yes, it might be some choices. It might be downsizing. It might be spending less on Amazon things. It might be whatever. Or increase your desire where it's like, okay, I'm just going to work extra hard. Like I want this and I'm going to make this happen. I think it's so true. It's like one or the other, and you can have what you want in your lifetime. I do think there's a lot that goes into that with like privilege and people's health and circumstances for sure. But the mind is a powerful thing. Prayer is a powerful thing. Having faith. And I think co-creating with God of saying like, this is on my heart. Is this from you? Is this like, am I getting this from looking at social media, or is this me like living in that alignment? And then really pouring into how do I make these things I really actually want a reality? And you're proof of that. Like, you have been really diligent. You did sell your place. Like you did make a lot of choices so that you could get there or have what you want for your wedding. You know, I think you're living proof of someone that's chasing their dreams. And so is Ian, where there are sacrifices and it's not always easy, but like, I do think you will be rewarded over and over and over for it.
Totally. And something I thought of, both of our love languages, like deep talks. We had so many deep combos around God, social media, like relationships, just women and comparison and all of that.
Anxiety, depression, like
the vulnerability in the group too. Is like, I just ate that shit up. Another sign I thought of too before we let y'all go. There was this really cute little chapel that was having a wedding, and the party lined up and like created a little tunnel for the bride and groom to walk out.
And you got to see this?
We did. I don't know if I told you this. And they walked out to the song Ian and I are walking out of our wedding too.
Stop. Yep. No way.
Yep. I was like, oh shit, should I have gotten married in 30A? Is this the sign? No, I love our venue. But yeah, it was all these little signs. And if you pay attention, it's also when you least expect them.
Yeah. That
is so meaningful. So I think my third gold star would be do good, live in alignment with you, what you want, and expect miracles. Mm-hmm.
I love you. I'm so glad that you loved it. I'm so glad you felt and had that experience. Like, all those signs are just icing on the cake.
Like, I feel guilty because Ian wasn't there, but it was the best weekend of my life.
But that's the point. The point is, like, you're about to enter a chapter with him that is so special and intimate and will be a lot of you and Ian time.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's kind of like the last, like, are you ever going to have 8 of your girlfriends in that spot again? Probably not. Sorry to burst the bubble, but maybe a couple of them, you know, definitely I'll go back with you for sure. And I definitely feel like Natalie is like, she'll go next week, but it is meant to be a once in a lifetime experience. And I just appreciate that you felt and you were truly as present as possible for it.
Yeah. And everything we did post it, like the love that we got from you all listening meant so much. The fact that you're on this journey with us, it's been a fun ride. I do feel like it's just beginning.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm excited for everyone to experience 30A. Book the flight, make it happen. You will not regret it. This is Gold Ivy signing off.
Listen to your truth and go chase your gold. Hey, you threw me there.